Is there anything more infuriating than the spinning wheel of death? You're right at the climax of a movie, or worse, you're in a crucial Zoom meeting and everything just freezes. You pay for high-speed internet. You bought the expensive package. So why does it feel like you're connecting through a potato? It's not just you, and it's probably not even your ISP's fault. Today we're fixing it. No more lag, no more buffering. Let's get your speed back. The invisible traffic jam. First, we need to talk about why this is happening, because if you don't understand the why, the how won't make sense. Imagine you drive a Ferrari. It's fast, powerful, and expensive. That's your high-speed data plan. Now, imagine trying to drive that Ferrari through a narrow dirt road during rush hour. That dirt road, that's your current Wi-Fi setup. It doesn't matter how fast the car is if the road is garbage. Most people blame their internet service provider immediately. They call up Comcast or AT&T and scream into the phone. But usually, the signal coming into your house is fine. The problem starts the second that signal leaves the modem and tries to fly through the air to your phone or laptop. We are going to pave that road. We are going to turn that dirt track into a superhighway. The compatibility trap. Let's start with the hardware in your hand. This is the compatibility trap. Wi-Fi isn't magic, it's radio waves. And just like radio, both the sender and the receiver need to speak the same language. Wi-Fi standards have weird names like 802.11n, 802.11ac, and the new fancy one, Wi-Fi 6 or 8, 02.11ax. Here is the kicker. Your network is often only as fast as your slowest device. If you have a brand new router blasting out high-speed Wi-Fi 6, but you're trying to connect with a laptop from 2013, that laptop is going to bottleneck. It's like trying to stream 4K video on a calculator, but it gets worse. In some older network configurations, if you have one really old device connected to your network, it can sometimes drag the performance down for everyone else. It forces the router to switch to a legacy mode to accommodate the dinosaur in the room. Action step. Check your devices. If you have old tablets or smart plugs that you don't really use, disconnect them. See if your speed jumps up. If your main laptop is old, you don't necessarily need a new computer. You can just buy a cheap USB Wi-Fi adapter that supports the newer standards. Plug it in, disable the internal Wi-Fi, and boom, you've just upgraded your receiver. The channel conflict. Now, let's get technical, but keep it simple. This is the secret sauce that most people ignore. If you live in an apartment complex or a dense neighborhood, open up your Wi-Fi menu. Look at how many networks pop up. Dozens, right? FBI surveillance van. Pretty fly for a Wi-Fi. They're all there. Every single one of those networks is screaming over the same radio frequencies. It's like being in a crowded room where everyone is shouting at once. Your router can't hear your device because your neighbor's router is shouting louder. This is mostly a problem on the 2.4 GHz band. We'll talk about bands in a second, but for now, know this. 2.4 GHz is crowded. In the US, there are 11 channels available for Wi-Fi, but here is the catch. They overlap. If you are on channel 2, you are interfering with people on channel 1 and channel 3. It's a mess. There are only 3 non-overlapping channels, 1, 6, and 11. Think of these as distinct lanes on a highway. If you drive in the middle of 2 lanes, you're going to crash. You want to stay in your lane. Action step. Download a free Wi-Fi analyzer app on your phone. It will show you a graph of all the networks around you. If everyone in your building is on channel 6 and nobody is on channel 1, guess where you need to go? Log into your router's admin page, usually the IP address on the sticker on the back. Go to wireless settings, find channel, switch it from auto to whichever of the magic 3, 1, 6 or 11 is the clearest. You just moved your car out of traffic and into the open lane. If you are interested to see more tricks and tips, check this video in the corner. The frequency switch. 2.4 versus 5 GHz. Let's talk about the single biggest switch you can flip today, the battle between 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. Most modern routers are dual band. This means they broadcast 2 different Wi-Fi networks at once, even if they share the same name. 2.4 GHz is the old school frequency. Pros. It travels through walls really well, it has a long range. Cons. It's slow, and everything uses it. Microwaves, baby monitors, Bluetooth speakers, garage door openers, they all fight for space here. 5 GHz is the modern frequency. Pros: it's blazing fast, it can carry way more data, it's like a fire hose of internet. Cons: it hates walls, it doesn't travel as far. Here is the mistake everyone makes. They let their devices decide. Your phone is lazy. It will often latch onto the 2.4 GHz signal because it's stronger, meaning the signal reaches further, even though the 5 GHz signal is faster. Action step: force the decision. Go into your router settings again. Often, the 2.4 and 5 GHz networks have the same name, SSID. Separate them. Rename the fast one, My Wi-Fi Fast, or 5G network. Now, manually connect your TV, your gaming console, and your work laptop to the 5 GHz network. Leave the 2.4 GHz network for the smart bulbs and the printer in the other room. By moving your heavy bandwidth devices to 5 GHz, you are literally changing the physics of how your data travels. You're getting off the crowded dirt road and getting onto the empty freeway. But wait, what if you switch to 5 GHz and the signal drops because your router is too far away? That brings us to the heavy artillery. Strengthening the signal, hardware upgrades. Sometimes you can't software tweak your way out of bad hardware. If your router is that black box your ISP gave you 5 years ago, it's garbage. I'm sorry, but it is. ISPs give you the cheapest possible equipment to get you online. It's like buying a mansion and putting a master lock on the front door. You have 3 levels of upgrades here. Level 1, the antenna hack. If your router has external antennas, point them correctly. If you have 2, don't point them both up. Point one straight up, vertical, and one sideways, horizontal. Why? Because device antennas are polarized. Your laptop's antenna is horizontal. Your phone's might be vertical. By diversifying the angles, you catch the signal better. Level 2, the router upgrade. Stop renting your modem/router from the cable company for $10 a month. Buy your own. Look for a router that supports Wi-Fi 6, 802.11ax. It handles multiple devices way better. It's an investment, but it pays for itself in rental fees in a year. Level 3, the nuclear option, mesh systems. This is for the big houses, the houses with thick brick walls. Standard routers are like a single light bulb trying to light up a whole warehouse. The corners are going to be dark. Wi-Fi extenders, don't bother. They cut your speed in half to repeat the signal. They are band-aids. You want a mesh system. Think Eero, Orbi, Google Nest. A mesh system replaces that single light bulb with a network of lamps spread throughout the house. They talk to each other wirelessly to create a blanket of coverage. Your phone seamlessly switches to the closest node as you walk from the kitchen to the bedroom. You never drop the connection. You stay on full speed everywhere. If you have dead zones, mesh isn't just an upgrade, it's the only real solution. The speed test reality check. Before you run off to buy new gear, you need a baseline. You can't improve what you don't measure. Right now, go to Google and type speed test. Run it standing next to your router, then run it in your problem spot. If the speed next to the router is slow, the problem is your ISP or your modem. Call them. If the speed next to the router is fast, but the speed in the bedroom is slow, that's Wi-Fi. That's everything we just talked about. Remember the hierarchy. Check compatibility. Get old devices off the network. Change the channel. Stick to 1, 6, or 11 on the 2.4 GHz band. Switch frequencies. Force your high-performance gear onto 5 GHz. Upgrade hardware. Ditch the ISP router for a Wi-Fi 6 router or a mesh system. You don't have to live with buffering. You don't have to accept the lag. Internet is a utility, like water or electricity. It needs to flow. By tweaking these channels and upgrading your lane, you unlock the speed you're already paying for. Go check your router settings right now. You might be one click away from double the speed. If this helped you fix your connection, hit that like button so YouTube knows this works. Subscribe for more tech fixes that actually save you time. Now go optimize that network.